This army life is crazy. It's got me, it's got me, it's got me missing my baby. Anyway, that was just a cadence I had to put in there. I had to. Hello, Royals. Welcome once again to my channel. My name is Sheila, but you can call me Queen Sheila or Queen Full Auto. Today, I am going to do a video on the difference between reserves and active duty. What is the difference between reserves and active duty? Because I think that there is a lot of things that people look at me and they're like, wait, you're back? You're not going back? Wait, are you out of the army? No. So active duty, reserves and National Guard will be in the same bracket. There's just a slight difference between the National Guard and the reserve, but basically the National Guard and the reserve both are part-time soldiers. And then active duty, just like the name says, active, you're full-time soldier. So just the difference, one does it as a full-time career, the other one does it as a part-time job. That way you still come to your civilian job and then you can still be a soldier. You're still a soldier, but you would have to go to your unit once every weekend in a month. Out of the 4 weekends that is in a month, for the most part, you go there just one time. So you come back to your normal everyday life and then you do the part-time soldier. But all of you, both active and reserve and National Guard, go through the same basic training. So all of you are going to go through the 9 to 10 weeks of basic training, and then all of you are going to go to your AIT. AIT is Advanced Individual Training, which basically means your career. So in the military, everyone has a career there. So you choose to be a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, whatever profession you want to be. You can have you be a truck driver, 88 Mike, a truck driver, a 92 Alpha. We are the Alphas, a 92 Yankee, any infantry, whatever you want to be, you can choose whatever you want to do. And I'll do another video listing all the military MOSs, and so you can kind of have an idea of what the jobs are and what you can actually choose from. So back to the point, active duty is full-time, reserve and National Guard is part-time. Makes sense? Now, when it comes to certain benefits that you might get, the active duty, of course, gets something that is called BAH. BAH is basically home allowance. So rent or mortgage. So that's what the military pays you, that in addition to your salary. So whatever rank that you are at, you get your BAH. When you're a reserve or National Guard, you will get BAH. That is your rent or your mortgage. The Army is going to pay that to you till you graduate from your AIT. So they'll pay you when you're in basic training, and after basic training, when you get shipped to your AIT, they'll also pay you. That only stops, and your salary, technically your active duty pay stops the moment you out process at AIT and then you sign out. Then everything really stops. Then the only thing the Army is going to pay you is that one weekend when you go. The amount of money you get paid is based on your rank, and I'll talk about military ranks later, but it's based on that, and that's going to determine how much you're going to earn for that part-time weekend that you go over to your unit to help with whatever you do. And then in the summer, I think you have 2 weeks training. So during these field trainings, and this is all for the reserve and National Guard, during these 2-week training, you might go camp, you might go to the field, you might do field work, you might do battle drills, all that kind of good stuff. So that is the difference. Unlike the active duty, who is doing this full-time, PT in the morning, full-time. For active duty and for reserve and National Guard, they call us fourth couch, because you're just going to be on the couch. So your training and your everyday physical fitness is actually on you. You have to be disciplined enough to be able to make sure that you maintain your Army fitness, or you have to still be Army strong. Another difference with active duty and National Guard or reserve is that for the active duty, you don't get to choose your duty station. So after AIT, you are stationed, you are given a duty station. Again, for active duty, you cannot choose it. You're given what you're given and you get what you get, and it is what it is. Unlike Reserve and National Guard, before you sign your contract and you actually leave for basic training, you actually know your base. And most people have actually visited their base before and actually worked at their base before coming to before coming to basic training. As I already mentioned in my other videos, when I did my swearing in, I mentioned that for active duty and National Guard, once you swear in, you are already a soldier. So that's really what happened. So those who had people had joined 6 months prior, 4 months prior, they already know the duty station, they know the people there by name. So that's the difference. We get to choose where we want to be. So as you're doing your paperwork, you can choose that, oh, I want this base, I want that base, and your recruiter is going to work towards that. So when it also comes to differences between active and reserve, active duty, you get full-time TRICARE. For National Guard and Reserve, you can do what we call reserve TRICARE. So you can still have to pay, you can do that and pay out of pocket, or you can choose to have your insurance with your jobs, because most people who do National Guard or active duty are going to school, or they already have a full-time job that they don't want to do full-time with the army or with the military. So for the most part, you don't get the full-time medical benefit. So basically, this is just a few of the differences, and there are actually really more differences to it, and I'll probably put some of the differences in the description box as well, so that if you want to kind of look into it a little bit, you can have the chance to see. But basically, most people who do Reserve or National Guard have a good career, or they're going to school, so they just want to be able to join the army part-time or join the military part-time and still finish their career. And when they're schooling and when they're done, they make the decision if that's what they want to do. But active duty, you don't get that opportunity. You have to finish your contract before you can decide if you want to re-enlist or you want to get out of it. So either of them has their pros and cons. The question is, what are you doing? I personally enjoy the army, and I enjoy my military, my civilian career as well. So you know what they say, that you can eat your cake and still have it. Well, when it comes to serving the country, you can still actually have both. You can still have your civilian job and you can still be a soldier at the same time. So make hay while the sun is shining. If this is what you want to do, I'm all for it. I do wish you all the best. If you're watching this video and you're about to ship and you're wondering, do I do active, do I do reserve? It all depends. So you have to know what your priority is. You have to know why you are joining. And then you need to know, is this something I want to do forever? Or is this something I want to do as a part-time career? The good thing really about doing reserve is that you get the chance to change to active duty. It's a little bit of process, but you can get the chance to go active duty if you go and you realize that this is what you want. In fact, a couple of the soldiers that were with me, AIT, had decided to go that route and change to active duty. Of course, it's a process, but it's doable. What you cannot do is change from active duty to reserve because you're like, you know what, this army life is crazy. It's not for me. This army life is crazy. It's got me, it's got me, it's got me missing my baby. Anyway, that was just a cadence I had to put in there. I had to. So back to reality. If you decide that the active duty is not for you and you are like, oh, I want to get out and I want to go do reserve, you cannot do that. So just look at it, because a lot of people come in and then they realize, why did I do this? But if you are reservist, you get the chance to go back home, enjoy your civilian life, and realize how boring it is. So you want to go back into the army and do it active duty, you do have the chance to do that. So that's really kind of the bottleneck when it comes to active duty trying to go to reserves and reserves trying to go to active duty. So again, the ball is in your court. I personally love it this way, but I cannot make a decision for you. You make that choice and you decide what you want for your life. With that being said, if you're shipping out to basic training and you're watching these videos to kind of decide what I mean, if you're shipping to basic, then you already have signed your contract. But if you're thinking of joining the Army and you're trying to decipher what you want to do, I hope this video was helpful to you. Give me a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section or follow me on Instagram, She'sWorld74. DM me and DM me. Direct me. I'm too old for this. Anyways, DM me and I'll be more than happy to help you with answers if I can. But once again, thank you for your service. If you're watching and you're already served, thank you for your service. And if you're thinking of joining, I promise you, you're not going to regret it. And if you're shipping out, I say congratulations, you've made a good choice. Take care and be safe in this coronavirus era. Bye, my royals. Be safe.